you might be surprised to find out how this beer got its name. Check out Father Ted Blue Jumper. That's all I'll say. Hey, welcome back to Views on Brews. I'm Brendan, and this beer is Blue Jumper from Western Herd Brewing Company down in County Clare in a place called Kilmaley. Kilmaley? K-I-L-M-A-L-E-Y. Kilmaley. Hope I've said that right. Anyway, Western Herd have been knocking around for a few years now, but they've just started canning their beers, and Blue Jumper is one of the range that they've had in their core range the whole time. Check out the can there. It's pretty cool. Nice sky blue can. This beer is an IPA brewed with Centennial, Citra and Idaho 7 hops. So 3 really cool hops, 6.2%, and it says on the back, enjoy Western Herd sensibly, blah, 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 vegan friendly. Ingredients, water from our farm. This is actually a family run farm where the brewery is. And barley, wheat, hops and house yeast. Doesn't go into detail about what wheat or what barley or what type of malted grains are in there, but that's okay. And house yeast, so they've obviously been using the same yeast for a while now. Not really sure. I'm guessing it's a US-05 American strain. This is meant to be. Blue Jumper is inspired by Father Dougal and Sister Assumpta. Do you remember that time you were drinking Blue Jumper? Anyway, this is old school West Coast IPA, no juice here. So this is right up my street because I love West Coast IPAs. I like juicy IPAs as well, but you just can't beat a West Coast IPA, like the old school, new school, but old school now type of IPA with that real bitterness at the front of the beer, followed up by juicier hops at the end of it. And I'm guessing the Centennial being a really supercharged sort of Cascade hop, I'm guessing that went in first in the boil. And then Citra and Idaho 7, it doesn't actually say how they were put into the beer, but I'm guessing they were late edition hops, maybe even a dry hop in there, maybe. What else did it say? That's all it says about it. All beers are tried, tested, brewed and packaged on our family farm in County Clare. Let's crack this beer open. Cheers and sláinte. I hope you're enjoying a beer wherever you are. I've got the glass that managed to survive a good couple of years in my cupboard, which is doing really well. Let's have a look at that there. Okay, so this is an interesting colour beer. So from the old school IPAs, there used to be a lot more of the crystal sort of caramel or maybe Munich or Vienna malts in there to support that backbone of a proper American style IPA. So this beer seems to have some of those malts in it, and it's almost unusual these days in the last 3 or 4 years to see, beers are getting lighter and lighter and lighter. They're brewed with pilsners, oats and wheats, and not much in terms of sweet malts or unfermentable malts in the malt bill. But this one definitely has something going on there. So I'm interested to see what the flavors are like. Really great carbonation coming off the beer, which is nice. A nice, dense, perfect IPA head, thick bubbles, slightly off-white. A sort of almost an amber coppery coloured, actually more copper coloured beer. So anyway, let's give it a lash. Anyway, cheers. Ooh, okay. Definitely a decent amount of malt in this beer. Let's have a little smidge of the aromas while we're at it. Bit of caramel on the aromas straight away, which is to be expected. and a bit of floral, perhaps a little bit of a citrus twinge to the beer that's sort of melded with that caramel. It's a really unique combination when you add some sort of unfermentable malt to a beer. You have your base beer of whatever it is, pale. They do have wheat in here. And then you have some kind of unfermentable malt. Let's say it's crystal malts, and that caramel toffee sort of flavor melds in with your hops in a different way that it would to an East Coast IPA, where it presents itself more fruity. This presents itself more citrus and piney and dank. We'll see what the flavors are like. Not too much else on the nose, but really pleasant, very pleasant. Nice. Yeah, the caramel is, there's a real strong malty backbone to this beer, which I happen to love. Now, a lot of people that look for these really juicy IPAs, this might not be the beer for them, but this is actually a beer that I particularly really enjoy because, you know, I sometimes feel like in this sort of day and age, we've forgotten all about the malts in the beer. And, you know, nothing wrong with it, but I maybe get a little bit nostalgic for a little bit of malt character in the back there to support the hops and sort of balance them out a bit. Yeah, nice sort of a nice sort of citrus, perhaps resinous, perhaps a little bit piney, not very dank, just gentle pine, gentle citrus, a little bit floral. What are the hops in this? Centennial and Citra. So do I get much Citra going on in this? Well, I definitely get the citrus of Citra, but I don't get all of those, you know, amazing kind of tropical flavors, the lychee and all of that. Maybe it'll come through when I taste it a bit more, but I wonder, does the malt subdue that a little bit, or does when the hops were added into the beer subdue that a little bit? Yeah, perfectly decent beer, great drinkability, nice sort of medium mouthfeel, a little bit oily, a little bit slick around the mouth. It almost feels very close to an amber beer, but without that assertive malt character in it. It feels like it's just tipping on to that sort of spectrum, where it, you know, it's very close to heading into the amber territory. Like, I just get bitterness is what I'm getting from this beer. A little bit citrus, a little bit floral, a little bit citrus, and not really too much else, but that's totally fine. Let's pour a little bit more of this beer. Get that head back up on it. The head is a little bit you know, it's not too stable that it's staying there forever. It's just a bit resinous and piney is the way I would say this beer comes across. Perfectly decent IPA. Perhaps for the people that are right on the fringes of what they want from an IPA, you know, they want all kinds of crazy stuff now. Perhaps this would be a bit tame for them, is the way I would put it. But I actually quite like it because I think I could see myself drinking 2 or 3 of these, no problem. If you told me to name the hops that were in this, I might have said something like Cascade, maybe a bit of Citra, but I probably would have thought about Centennial or something very of that sort of American, you know, 5 C's, Citra, Centennial, Chinook, Columbus, Cascade, all that kind of types of hops, because it feels so, you know, like IPA from 5 years ago almost. But I wouldn't have noticed the Idaho 7 in it. Anyway, perfectly fine beer. One thing to note that's really cool about this beer, now I don't know if I've seen this on another can or not. It might have, and then just maybe didn't think too much about it. But on the back of this can, it tells you the calorific count. And apparently I'm about to drink 205 calories of beer in 6.2% for 440 mils. That's quite good, because I thought it would be a lot more than that in actual fact. It looks suspiciously like the colours of Man City, so I'm gonna have to finish it off pretty quickly. Not a bad beer at all. They give it till what's that, May? They give it to the 4th of May in 21, so we've got about 8 or 9 months on it. My view on this brew, perfectly good. Don't go looking, if you buy this beer, don't go looking for something that's going to absolutely blow you away with hop character. Look for a decent, well-balanced, malty style, you know, old school IPA. Does it say old school on the back? It does. This is old school West Coast IPA. So that's really good. It actually does what it says on the tin, and I like that. I like it when, you know, you buy a beer because you've read it and it says this is what you're going to get in the can or the bottle, and you actually get that. And that's brilliant. You know, that just makes it for me that it says here, it says, it even goes one step further. It says this is an old school West Coast IPA, no juice here. So that is a perfect example of, you know, telling the consumer what they're getting and then giving it to them. So I think well done Western Herd for writing that on the back, because I think that was really key to this beer being a success for me even. Old school, if I had have just taken a tiny bit extra time to look at that can, I would have copped that it says that. Anyway, do yourself a massive favor, go onto YouTube after this, give me an old like and subscribe, and share this video if you want on YouTube, because I want to try and get the subscribers up. But type in Father Ted Blue Jumper. You won't be sorry you did. Anyway, great beer. Cheers, sláinte, and it's on to the next one. Bye.